To remove the bolts on the left-hand side, you're going to need a 10, a 12, and a 14 millimeter socket. That's really all you're going to need to take the case bolts off. But you will need to remove the starter motor in order to get to them. So we'll start removing that next. The starter motor only has 2 bolts that hold it on. One is right here, and one is right there. And to get that starter motor pulled off, what you're going to have to look for here is this gear that was holding this starter motor spline that holds onto this chain, which can't come off when the back case is on. But of course it can fall off now. So you're going to make note of that where it is. I normally just leave it right with the starter motor. These use the 14 millimeter. Got one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. The reason I'm showing you this is not to use one of these, because when you break this off and you get your pressure on it, you hit this and you'll break this little lip right off if that goes down too far. That's not that strong. So don't use one of these. Use something like this with an extension and with a big breaker bar. And even with a breaker bar, you may need a piece of pipe, at least I did on the end, to break them loose. They're really quite tight. There's one down in here, which is kind of this different too, for another reason. This bolt here has a washer. It's the only one with a washer. See, none of these others have the washer. Length is the other one, but that one that down here, as you can see, was quite a bit longer. Then we have these here. Again, no washers. Okay, and that's all of those, and you can see they're all the same side except that one that had the washer way down up one 12 millimeter bolt. That's the left-hand side of the case too. It's quite easy to get to. It's right there. So you just remove it. Then there are 7 6x35 millimeter bolts that use a 10 millimeter socket. There's 4 down here at the bottom. There's one right here. They're kind of hard to get to. There's one down in here, and down in here. On the top, the 3 are up here, and up there. As you can see, those are all 6 by 35 millimeter. And 4 of these are the next ones. That's this one, this one, this one. Get that one, that one. You can see all 4 of those are the same size, but this one up here is longer. You'll see that that's a fair amount longer. So those are all the 10 millimeters on this side. There's also 3 case on the other side. There's one way down here, and it uses a 10 millimeter socket. And it comes out like that. And there's another one right there, easy to see, which is a lot longer than the previous one. And then the one up here on top is a 12. You need a 12 millimeter socket, and that's also a long bolt right there. So that's the only 3 that are on the right hand off of this stand just a little bit, so if it drops, it won't drop very far. And I've bolted it up here on these hanging places that came with the motor mount for the motor, including this one. I put a hard plastic washer on here so it wouldn't gouge up these surfaces at all. And then I've kind of hung it up so it kind of helped take it apart. This is the left side up. One of these things. And then on the other side, of course, I can hit it on this piece too. And actually that's cracking quite a bit on that side. As you can see the crack in there. This side is actually coming apart better than this side. But that's not good. You want them to kind of come together. So anyway, that's how it's done, and I'm sure I'll get there in a minute. That's it.